What's going on, y'all? Nick here, Mr. Millionaire Insight. What's going on? Hope you guys are having a great Friday. All right, so let's see. Let's let the algorithms do their thing. Hope you guys are happy about this weekend. You know, it's the end of the work week for most people that work a regular job. So welcome to the official start of the weekend. I'm glad you're able to join today. Tonight, what we're going to talk about is business tips. If you're looking to start an online business, if you're looking to make money online, if you are in the market to earn some extra money, if you're looking for a leg up to, you've been searching for a way to do that, we're going to be talking about that tonight. Hey, Steph, how you doing? You're on my live. Hey, I'm so happy to see you. She's been on most of our team's lives, and after, a couple days of being on our team's live, she's actually a part of the community now. So I'm so happy. I'm so happy you're in here, Steph. I appreciate it. Appreciate you stopping in. I'm doing good. So thanks for asking. So, guys, let's start with a couple housekeeping things, right? So first, if this is your first time, so if you're new here, so you can contribute to that live goal here on TikTok if you can. I really would appreciate it. It definitely does help out. Sorry, we're not doing pop-in guests right now. I might think about it here in a little bit, but generally it kind of gets distracting, and I want to get these things out of the way, with getting this stuff done. So, okay. So there's that. So there's the live goal, but there's also a lead form at the bottom. If you're interested in what I am doing, interested in how I help people, which I'll explain in a minute, and you want to get more information, you could fill out the form below. It's a simple name and email form that you can fill out below, and we'll definitely get you information and to see what your goals are and to figure out where you want to go. So we'll figure out the best way for you to get there. To my Linktree, to subscribe to my Linktree, to see and keep up to date on what's going on, what's new with Millionaire Insight, and how things are coming out that will help you, and I used to help people. So definitely subscribe to that. It's absolutely free. If you have not followed me already, I'm at Mr. Millionaire Insight across social media, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Yeah, right? So definitely follow me and turn on notifications so you know when I go live and when I upload. I usually try to go live on TikTok every day, or at least every other day as best as I can help it. I do have a family and all that kind of stuff, so I try to balance that. So I do my best to go live every day at around this time, at around 7 Eastern. So make sure you stay and tune in. So on YouTube, I do my best to upload every single day. So there's always content on my YouTube channel. If you miss the live videos on TikTok, if you miss my live streams, I upload the replays to YouTube. So again, it's at Mr. Millionaire Insight. You can find my YouTube channel there. Please go ahead and subscribe and turn on notifications, so that really helps. All right. So for team members, community members in here in this live, please do me a huge favor. Keep double tapping the screen and hashtag FYP, right? So let's get this to the For You page as best as we can, because absolutely everybody is looking for a way to make more money. Absolutely everybody is looking for a way to get a leg up on their job or to get a leg up wherever they can. And it is my goal to help people do that. All right. So if you do not know my face, you do not know my name, I am Nicholas, as I stated before, Mr. Millionaire Insight. What I do is I help people make money, save money, and help retire well. I help figure all that stuff out. And I also help people get connected with their purpose, get connected with our God-given purpose. But also, before we go into your purpose, we gotta get you and your income squared away, so you're making the funds that you need to make to support your life and to be able to fund the outreach that you want to do, right? Because there is something that you are passionate about doing. There is something that's been burning inside of you that you need to get to the world, and it is my job, it is my business to get that, or get you to that, right? Because, you know, it's a waste to not find your purpose, right? So Steve Harvey says something that I really like. He said, two of the greatest days in your life is when you were born, and the second is when you find out why. And when I tell you, it is one of the best things on earth to know what your purpose is, to know why you are here, and to find a reason to find fulfillment in the world, right? So that is what my goal is, to help people in business, to help consumers like yourself and myself, because honestly, I wasn't always a business owner, right? But I knew I wanted to do something that made a difference. I wanted to do something that helped people. I wanted to do something that really got people to a better state in life. So if that's something that resonates with you, definitely stay connected. So I appreciate you being here, right? So a little bit of backstory, right? Just like most of us, right? I struggled in work, like regular 9 to 5 in the very beginning. And I really wanted to find out what it is that I needed to do, because I didn't always know what my purpose was, right? But I made it up in my mind to spend the time looking for my purpose and looking for what that is. So I spent a lot of time in prayer and a lot of time searching for what not just I'm good at, but what I can do to bring to the world to make it a better place, right? Let me see. Hey, let's see. Rangulo 13 says, and the third is when you leave this valley of tears. Okay, so I don't know what that means. I've never even heard of that expression, but okay. But anyways, I need to get moderators, which is crazy, but okay. So guys, you know, I struggled in the beginning, and I really spent a lot of time online trying to find out what's real. And that's really all it is, you know. That's really all it is with wanting to start an online business, wanting to know how to make money, wanting to know how to start something that works, right? You first have to decide how it's real, right? If it's real, and, you know, not how it's real, but if it's real and things like that. You really want to get a good handle on something you know, like, and trust, right? And even when you're in business, that's one of the major things that you really zero in on, is being able to know, like, and trust what it is and who it is that you enter into business with, right? So that is one of the major things that kind of remains true, right? Hey, Kavina, what's going on? Hey, good, nice to see you. Haven't seen you in a while. Good to have you. So the trouble with that, right? The trouble with, you know, what's real, what's not, what's fake, what's legit, what's all these different things. It is a very, very time-consuming search, and it is a very, very arduous search trying to sort through the noise, right? But unfortunately, I have bad news for you. There's a big chance that when you take a risk in life, something is going to happen that's not favorable, right? But then again, you take a risk every day stepping out of your door, right? Every single day you wake up in the morning and you get dressed and you leave your house, you don't know what's going to happen. You have no idea, right? You want that your best hopes is that when you leave your house, you know that you're going to come back, right? Or at least you want to think that you'll come back. But there's always that chance, right? But we don't let that chance that something might happen keep us from leaving the house, right? We don't let that happen. But when it comes to searching for a way to start a business, we let that happen all the time, right? Now, obviously, if somebody is promising you something, right? They're promising you something, and it seems outlandish. It seems out there. The first reaction is to figure out, or is to say that is, it's not going to work. It's not true. It's not real. It's something illegitimate, all that kind of stuff. But you have to do some more research, right? I am a big fan of the process. I'm a big fan of doing research because it is something that you need to get through to make an informed decision. And as many things as I promote, as many things as I sell, as many things as I do online, I would never tell somebody, hey, just trust me, right? Just trust me. And don't do your research, don't do none of that. I don't tell people that. I'm always telling people, get informed, right? Get the information, right? One of the major things I started doing was helping people simply reach more people. And which is why I started a social media marketing agency. Don't go start that, right? I'm going to say that right after I say that, right? Because it takes a lot of skill set, right? And it took me about 6 years to master that skill set, right? To start a social media marketing agency. But recently I broke it down to say, okay, what does that do? Social media marketing agencies help business owners, right? They help business owners reach more people on social media, establish an online presence, and help them ultimately get customers to get sales, right? So yes, but is it just business owners that need help? Business owners aren't the only ones that need help, right? Consumers, people that don't have a business, right? People that want to be a YouTuber, want to be an Instagram influencer, a TikTok influencer, whatever it is, they also need to understand how social media works, how algorithms work, how engagement works, how these platforms push content, and how to put the algorithms and the odds in your favor. Because best believe every time you see someone on social media that's succeeding, it's not by accident. People are not throwing stuff up against the wall to try to figure out, like, okay, let's see if that works. Let's see if that works. Let's see if that works, right? No. Even people like myself who have run ads and do something called split testing, where you take an ad and you literally copy the ad, but you change minor elements of the ad to see what's going to work, what's going to get more engagement. Because listen, I'm going to give y'all some free game, right? Human beings, they're programmable, right? Think of every program you've ever seen on TV or online or on wherever, right? There is strategy that they use, that these executives use to reach people, because they figure this stuff works more than that stuff, right? Everybody does split test. Big businesses do split test, right? Believe me, when they're at the research and development stage of that process, they do that research and they test. They have so many groups. It's called test market groups, where they'll take, for example, right? Take, for example, a TV show, right? A TV show, they will test market it to an audience and say, okay, well, let's show this audience the pilot and let's see how that does. And once they get the numbers from that, they test it with another audience and see how that audience does with it. And they do that probably about 3 or 4, maybe 5 times. And they see if they get enough positive response, they'll go with that pilot and they'll do what's called green light the first season, right? So that's how your TV shows come to you, and they might get picked up for a second season. They might get picked up for a third, but it starts with a test marketing process, right? Everybody does that, right? But even understanding that nuts and bolts part of it, you don't have to spend that kind of time, because people will say, okay, there's a lot of things that I could do, right? And I talked about this in another video that I posted here on TikTok. You could start a business either inventing something, revolutionizing something. You could start a business being an affiliate marketer, selling products for other people. There are so many gurus out there that talk about affiliate marketing and how great it is. And trust me, it is great. Trust me, it is great. Affiliate marketing at its heart is a simple middlewoman process that you stand between a business owner and the customer that they serve. And all you're doing is you're connecting the two, right? Where you connect the person that has the product with the person that needs the product, right? So that's all that affiliate marketing is, right? And there are so many programs that you could do out there. I even have a guide, an affiliate marketing guide, right? An ebook, a small ebook that you can have with 10 different companies, right? That have affiliate program right now that you could start for free tonight. But see, as I say all the time, the kicker is you have to know how to promote, right? Marketing is a skill, right? You don't just get into marketing and figure you're going to toss something against the wall, toss something up on social media and hope that it works, right? Big business owners, Fortune 500 company CEOs, they don't play the spaghetti toss, right? They have a marketing department that does test markets and all that kind of stuff and tries this and tries that to see what products work, but they know based on trends what they're going to put out. You could do that, or you could simply after you learn the skill, you could take something that's done for you. Like over the last 2 years, there has been this concept done for you, right? That's what people look for, right? Because they have lives, they have families, they have jobs, they have even businesses that, either doing well, not doing so well, not on life support or whatever it is. And for whatever reason, they need to make some extra money. They need to pull in another source of income. They need to have some money to invest. Regardless to what the reason is, they want something that's turnkey, right? That you could literally plug and you don't have to do much work, don't have to do much setup to be able to do that, right? But imagine if you could get a program that has a multi-purpose function, right? That provides you the assets, the training and the knowledge and the mentoring that you can learn how to reach people on social media and learn how to reach people online and how to effectively communicate. Because let me put some results at you, right? Before I learned the skills of being a digital marketer and a content creator, I had 50 people on YouTube, subscribers, right? I had, 250 followers on Facebook, right? That's when I started and when I kind of was getting my feet wet and all that kind of stuff. And I literally threw headfirst into it and really started to learn and really went to YouTube University and try to figure everything out. But after I started to learn a few things, I went from 50 subscribers, right, which I had for like 10 years strong, at least 10 years, right, to like 650 subscribers in less than a year, right? Now, that's no Mr. Beast numbers or whoever else that's top on YouTube that have millions of subscribers and stuff like that. But you talking about literally 100x% your current state to where I am today, right? And with the program that I had been promoting the last 6 weeks, I literally gained 100 subscribers in less than 3 months, right? Like I can't even make this stuff up. It's because I know the skills that I need to know to move people. See, 15 years ago, I wanted to know these skills, right? Because when you first get into business and you have aspirations to get into business, I don't know why this is, but most people start with network marketing. So if you're new to the concept, what is network marketing? Network marketing is where you have a product or service or whatever it is, and they give you a chance to not only promote whatever product or service, but they actually tell you that what you can do is you can bring someone else on, right? So you can train them and teach them what you know, so you duplicate yourself, right? You have a duplicatable business, so you can duplicate yourself and teach that person what you know, and then you have 2 people out there, and then you have 3 people out there, right? All these different things, right? But that's what network marketing is based on. It's based on hiring, training, and mentoring people to know what it is you know to go out there to sell a product or service or whatever it is. That is so common everywhere, and there's so many variations of it. I myself have been in network marketing for so many years, over it's almost 20 years now, right? That I've went since I first started in network marketing, anything, right? But the thing with that is you're still trading time for dollars, because one of the first things they'll tell you to do is to build a 100-person list of your family and friends, so you go reach out to them and tell them, hey, yes, I'm excited about what I'm doing. I'm just doing this awesome opportunity. It's helping me out a great deal, and I really need your help with just showing you what I do, right? Just because you need people to know what you do. The reason that you don't have the money that you need, or you don't have, your business is not taking off the way it is because not enough people know what you do. So that's why they say that. They say that you need to have as many people know what you do as possible. So they tell you the first people to start with are the people that are closest to you, people that will help you out when you're in a jam, right? So they'll do you that favor, right? Let me just jump in the comments real quick. Let's see. Okay, so we're not gonna do undragonized. Let's see. I can't read the name for whatever reason. I can't really see. You're awesome. Glad I got to catch even just a few minutes of you live that I did. Good night. Well, thank you for stopping in. Is it Calda? Calda, thank you for stopping in. Leslie says yes. Is it Leslie or Lissay? Or Lizzie? I'm sorry if I'm mainlining your name. I'm so sorry, right? She says it sounds interesting. So before we get into why that's interesting, one of the things that really excited me about network marketing was the fact that Lizzie says completely fine. If you could phonetically put that in the chat, if I'm really messing it up, you could phonetically put that in there, and we'll figure it out, right? But thank you for coming anyway, right? I appreciate the comments. So, what was I saying? Okay, so network marketing. Thing that excited me about this was it had, Lisi. Okay, yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. So yes, thank you so much for doing that for me. So the thing that excited me so much about network marketing was there was a self-improvement aspect to it, or at least the company that I was a part of. I won't put their name out there, but you can always message me later and ask me what it was and stuff like that. I'll be glad to share my story offline, right? But I started that, and it had that self-improvement aspect to it, because one of my mentors always used to say, it's not enough to be in the right place at the right time. You have to be the right person. That's why you spend time improving yourself and improving your mindset, right? And I just like the company's mission and all that kind of stuff. But again, back to the con is the not so good thing about network marketing is you're trading time for dollars, because you're spending time reaching out to people every day via phone call or whatever it is, or you're going prospecting physically and you're out there in the mall or at a strip mall or whatever it is, walking around house to house, or however they do it in the network marketing company that you've heard of, right? But they're doing outreach. But the thing about that is I can't stand for longer than 10 minutes because I'm disabled. So I had to find a different way to do that, right? But then it also came to the fact that I literally ran out of people to go see in my family and friend circle, right? Because everybody was like, oh yeah, I heard of things like that, and all the negativity and the tsunami of questions that come with that, and why do you do that, and all that kind of stuff. I went through that for a good 6 or 7 years before I was like, there has to be another way, right? So that's what most people go into when they're first starting in business, right? Because it's the ground level that you can get into and you can get acclimated to ownership, and they teach you self-improvement, and they teach you how to sell a product or sell a service or whatever it is, right? But the thing that kind of differentiated things for me was, one, I had to do something that didn't require going out and physically prospecting. Because from the time I invited somebody to an opportunity meeting on Facebook. And they're like, okay, cool. And they came. It wasn't somebody that I met in person, right? Like went to their job or went to their house or went to wherever and met them face to face, right? I knew the person, but I didn't meet them face to face. But he said, okay, I'm going to come through. And he came through. And he, needless to say, didn't join the business or whatever it was. But a light bulb went off in my head, like, okay, so if he could do that, why can't I do this with other people, right? I got a couple hundred friends on Facebook at the time, right? Why not do that, right? Why not reach more people? And from that day, I was like, look, I'm doing this. I'm finding a way to move people online. I'm finding a way to reach more people online, because every business, every service, every person, occupation out there needs to reach more customers. So if I could find a way to learn how to do that, it would be great. And then a couple years, like I'd say like 6 or 7 years after that, the next thing I kind of had to put together was like, okay, so how do I make money while I sleep? Right? Because I saw that quote from Warren Buffett, like, you have to find a way to make money while you sleep, or else you'll work until you die. And that scared the living daylights out of me. Right? On top of the fact of doing the 40 and 40, right? You work 40 hours a week for $40,000 for 40 years of your life. That, to me, was probably one of the most scary things to me as an adult, right? As far as concepts go, right? So I really got freaked out by that. But when I came across that quote by Warren Buffett, it really put things in perspective for me. Because at that time when I was like, I got to find a way to make money while I'm sleeping, I was already married, already had my first child, my daughter, and I was like, I have to do something because I want to spend more time with them, because I love hanging out with my family, right? We have a lot of fun together, right? And you know, people tell you as a parent, like, you know, don't squander the younger years of your kids, because, you know, those years you can't get back and you're going to miss them when they're all grown and stuff like that. So I had all that kind of stuff playing in my heart. Like, I have to be able to make money and provide for my family while I am still being a dad, being a husband, you know, being a business owner and all that kind of stuff. I don't want to have my hands on the wheel 24/7, because every minute, like, my family would have to choose between having me with them, like spending time with me, or me making money, right? But before, it was not my choice, right? I had gotten to the point where I got a work from home position, paid decent. It's like $15 an hour, right? So like $150 a day, right? And you know, you could work out taxes and all that kind of stuff, but it worked out to $150 a day, right? So did okay with that. Did that for 2 years and really enjoyed that when I had to, because I literally rolled out of bed and went to my desk. And I would spend like maybe 5-10 minutes kind of warming up my voice. So when I got on the phone, I was ready to go, right? So I'd wake up like an extra like 30 minutes or 45 minutes early, have some coffee, have my breakfast, and get to my desk, right? I was in my bedroom. So it was the best, man, for 2 years. And then that year and a half mark, I was like, okay, I've been doing this for 2 years and I'm good. And here's the thing I got to say about that. It's not enough to be good at something, right? Like, has this ever happened to you? Like, you've been doing something so long that you realize, yeah, I'm good, but I want something more. It's not really fulfilling. Yes, it's great to be good at something, but I don't have fulfillment. I don't feel happy in what I do, right? Put a 1 in the comments if you ever got into that space in life where you just realized it wasn't enough to be good at something. You needed more than that, right? So I got there and I was like, I've been a customer service agent for 17 years collectively, right? Because I started in customer service right when I was 18, and then I've done call center work for like 16 years. That's a long time to be doing anything, right? And yes, it taught me a lot of great things, and I got very good at my job where my bosses and them, they were looking to me when they brought on new people. They're like, okay, so Nick's gonna help you along the way. Like, I wouldn't be an official trainer because, you know, it's not enough to give you a title and because they would have to give you the money. So they want to save the money and have you still do the work, right? Put it to them in the comments if you ever had that happen to you, where you doing the work, but they're not really paying you the money for doing the work, right? So I realized that I wasn't getting paid what I was worth. And making $150 a day, even though there are people in the world making less than that, I had to do something different. Because the way that my life was going at the time, I realized that I needed to do something more. I needed to improve, right? Because like one of my mentors, Michelle, she says all the time, you're not a tree, you can move. You're a human being, you can change, right? That's the fortunate opportunity that we have as human beings. We don't have to stay the same every day, all day for years, right? You can make up your mind to do something different and to change. But that's where I was at. So what do you do at that point, right? So wanting to make money while I sleep, wanting to do something more, wanting to do something that's fulfilling, wanting to do something that means something to the world. And I was like, okay, how do I automate that? Like, there has to be a way to do that to get more time freedom. And literally, one of my good friends, like I love him like a brother, he hits me up and he's like, Nick, I know we've done a lot over the years, and I really want you to get this, right? You gotta come with me to see what I've been doing the last couple of weeks. I just started it. It was part of another business that I started in, and I just kind of took it for granted for a little bit, but I'm really starting to make some money in it. And because I know, you know, how you are, I wanted to introduce you to it, and I have to introduce you to this lady named Michelle, right? And so I got the information. I was like, bro, I already know you. I already trust you. You're like family. So just tell me where I go, right? I went, I purchased my product and stuff like that. And I was blown away. When I tell you I was blown away. First, the fact that they had the opportunity to have multiple streams of income. Right? So just that concept alone excited me. Having the opportunity to have multiple streams of income, right? But what excited me next was the fact that it could all be done on one platform, right? Where I would learn, like, you know, going to YouTube University. You got to look up this video, look up that video, watch that playlist, slow down the video, speed it up, whatever. No. one platform, right? And you come in and you learn all these different skills, across social media, right? For YouTube, Facebook, and all that stuff. And it was like another way that I really got excited about to connect with people, which was our community. And I was blown out the water. I was like, wow, this is amazing, right? Because most of these opportunities out here, most of these things that people put forward to you, they'll say, okay, you can come in and you can start and whatever it is. And when the next day that you do, you don't really hear from them, right? You can maybe the next day or maybe the 2 days after that, but after a week, they're like, you get their CRM, right? The customer service management tool, right? You just get their emails and they're like, okay, so this, that, but it's not them, right? But they would have these platforms, but there will be little to no support, because why? You already made your purchase, so they don't really have to, right? Unless they're trying to upsell you for something else. Hey, Charlene, how you doing? Thanks for coming in. Unless they're trying to upsell you for something else, then yeah, they reach out to you, right? You might get a phone call or whatever it is, or they notice that you haven't bought the next thing up, you haven't, upgraded or whatever it is. They'll call you and say, hey, Nick, haven't heard from you for a long time, man. I appreciate you being where you are, but here's this thing. You have to see this, right? With this, it wasn't like that, right? Again, no long drawn out videos, no all these different kind of complications. You literally get a 10-minute, 15-minute, 20-minute video and you learn, and then you go put into action, right? And I really kind of got to that. But then the icing on the cake, by far, the icing on the cake was having this done for me system, right? That I could literally go from step 1 to making money in no time flat, right? And I was able to get another website, even though I had a website already for my business that I built, right? I built my own website, right? But I had a standalone website for promoting this new opportunity and stuff like that. So I was excited by that. And I did not have to pay, because I was looking for getting another website or getting a custom built website, like, when all the bells and whistles and stuff like that people pay $3,000 to $5,000 for. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna do that later when I get some more money or when income tax come back or whatever the situation is and stuff like that. But I didn't have to. I literally spent $39, right? Or $59. Sorry, I literally spent $59 to get this website custom built, right? But what I love about this is how user-friendly it is. There's literal, step-by-step guidance every single day, right? So imagine this, right? Imagine marketing is what you want to do. It's a skill that you want to get because you see value in moving people from place to place and knowing how to get in front of more people on or offline, right? So you look up a school, right? And obviously they have different marketing programs. You have online marketing, you have offline marketing, you have general sales, you have all these different other categories, right? But it's a school directly focused on having all these programs available for everybody, not just marketers, right? So the best examples for like college, right? So imagine that, but your major is in marketing, right? So you get your classes and stuff like that, and you start learning. But seeing conventional learning, like colleges and things like that, certification programs, you have to learn first before you earn, right? So imagine you are trying to get a marketing degree, but this time you can earn while you learn. Literally 48 hours after you decide, okay, this is what I want to major in, 48 hours after that, you have ways where you can make money from jump. How much would you have stuck with your program? I'm literally asking this question for the people on here. Those of you who went to university and stuff like that, how much would you have stuck to your program or your major if you got paid while you were in classes? Put a 3 in the comments if you would not have changed your major or decided not to do that or go to school at all if you had the ability to make money while you're at college, like doing what you're studying, right? But to get paid for it while you learn the skill. Put a 3 in the comments if you would have stuck with it if they were paying you from day 2, right? This is the opportunity we have. Charlene said, OMG, I needed them short videos and my website set up because I was not tech savvy. And see, this is another thing. Thank you, Charlene, for that comment, right? This is the other thing when you talk about online business, right? You think about things that you may have to put together. Things like ClickFunnels, things like building a website, things like SEO, things like, you don't understand that on day one. You don't understand how that works, right? When I was able to come into this community, I didn't have to worry about SEO, right? I didn't have to do that because why? The company built my website. The company does the SEO. The company does all those things. So that's a load that I don't have to carry, right? And then they give you done for you things that you can use in your marketing. Like, guys, I still use the done for you things, not just to promote the digital products that we have the ability to promote. I use that in my business as well, right? I just switch out a few things and use that in my business as well, right? Because this is the idea. You're supposed to be able to learn a way to market anything from any business, any product, any service, any individual, right? Can do this. That's the idea, right? That's what you're supposed to be able to do. So why not? Right? So back to the analogy, right? So you're getting paid from day 2 when you're studying in college and you're in a marketing program, right? You're in a marketing program, but you're getting paid from day 2, right? So they're paying you as you learn. And as you learn a new skill, you invent and invest in what your next venture is going to be as far as how you're going to reach people and whatever campaign that you're promoting. So let's say you're still learning, but you want to promote health and wellness, right? So while you're in school, you can actually go out there and say, hey, let me take this knowledge and promote this health and wellness program. Or like, I'm in school now for marketing and I'm taking this marketing program in this fictitious example, right? That I am going out there and being able to, help a business owner that's a plumber that needs to get more customers, that's a doctor that needs to get more customers. So I could literally start an agency where I can show these people that, hey, this is how you get customers. Or go to a real estate agent and say, hey, you need more people that's wanting to look for houses right now. I know how to reach people that want to buy a home, that's been interested in buying a home, that's been already looking to buy a home. I know how to talk to those people. I know how to get those people into your business. And you know what? It is a real business model that people actually do, bringing customers to real estate agents, and they will pay them to do that because they need to focus on selling houses, right? Yes, they would get on social media and show the wonderful houses and things like that, but their job is to sell the house, not necessarily be in the front of their business. But if you could teach a real estate agent how to do that, how to be at the forefront of their business through short form or long form content that they put up once, creating evergreen content that does not go down or does not get old because it constantly refreshes. People can constantly have that going day or night, right? So that's the idea. And you give that real estate person that option. Or, like a real life individual did, literally take the program. While they're learning, go to their job and say, look, I noticed that nobody's running the social media program, right? Nobody's running it, nobody's managing it, none of that. Let me do it. And you know what happened to this real person? This real person got $100,000, $120,000 a year, for recommending his services, his knowledge that he has. He already has a job, right? But like I said in the example, you are in school learning how to do marketing, right? How to move people and reach more people. Wouldn't it be nice to still earn while you are learning, right? Hey Maria, how you doing? She says, hi, Rockstar. Listen, you are the rock star. So guys, earning while you're learning is not a new concept, right? You ever heard of on-the-job training, right? But in not just on-the-job training, so yes, you're getting paid in the concept of on-the-job training, but you have the ability not just to earn money, but to teach other people, right? And this is how this is. So it is like a digital academy where you could come in and you could pick whatever program, whatever package that fits your financial situation best. Because just like thinking about, hey, I'd like to take this course, I'd like to go take that college course or whatever it is at your local university, you could do that, but you don't know how much the course is, so you don't want to spend a couple $1,000. So why not spend a couple $100 or spend, less than $100 or whatever it is, right? Because everybody's situation is different. Everybody's financial house is different, right? So you got to consider that before you select a program that you go learn, right? So instead of, and listen, I'm not saying don't go to college. I'm not saying don't go to trade school. I'm not saying don't do that. I'm saying while you do that, why not have the opportunity to earn while you learn, right? Because like I said before, every business on the planet, every business, they live and die by the customers they have coming through the door, right? So wouldn't it be a good business model to be able to teach people how to give businesses those customers, right? See, a lot of times we're focused on we can make a certain amount, right? Because remember I said when I was working a 9-to-5, I was making $150 a day, right? That's on average, right? So on average, people make anywhere from $150 to $250 per day at their 9-to-5, right? Beyond that, you start to get into self-employed or business owner type territory, right? But even so, right? You could still do that. Like Amy's in here, right? Amy is a single mother of 3 kids, right? And she worked, what is it, Amy? 2 jobs? Is it 2 or 3? I can't remember if it's 2 or 3. I know it's more than one. I know that for sure. But, she was working multiple jobs, right? Working 75 hours a week. Like, it still blows me away thinking about that. Real quick, guys, if you can for me, hashtag FYP so we can get this out to more people. If you are being blessed by this, go ahead and double tap the screen because it does help TikTok know that I'm doing a great job. I appreciate it so much. So guys, Amy came into doing this, learning these skills as a single mother, no help, right? Because, situations did not work out in her favor that way because, whatever it is, I'm not going to put her business out there, right? But she's a single mother of 3 with 75-hour work week. How many people can say that they're doing 75 hours in 1 week? But she did it, right? And she did it because, and I don't mean for it to sound like this, but there's a concept that says, I owe, so off to work I go, right? You have family, you have responsibilities, you have no choice, right? Or do you? Because Amy came in and she started learning these skills, and she was able to actually, within 6-7 weeks, make $7,000 by learning these skills, by coming into our digital academy and picking what fit her situation best and actually earning while she learned, right? And to this day, she will tell you how much it means to her, not just about the money, because on a Zoom that we did last week, this past week here, she said that she was like, for the first time in a long time, my daughter can see me at nighttime. Like, how much is that worth to you? Being there for your family, right? Being there for the things that matter, because yes, money is important, right? But being there for your family is even more important, because God forbid something happen, like one of your kids gets injured, somebody gets sick, or whatever it is, you have to leave your job. So in a situation like that, wouldn't it be nice, or wouldn't it be a relief to know that your income does not stop because you have automations working for you, right? So we literally show you how to have those automations go from where people see what you have to offer, and they put their email in because they're interested in what you have to offer, and then they move on to find out a little bit more, right? And they watch a video and they find out a little bit more, and they realize, okay, this is really what I want to do. And then they move on to the next step, right? So they can be able to move through that funnel, so you actually can get to have that in front of them, showing them how what you have to offer can make a difference in their life. And then they decide that they're going to participate, right? So, let me see. Andrea says, I'm going to buy a package on Monday, probably. You were inspiring the other night. Thank you so much, Andrea. If I can answer questions, if you have any questions about, because you'd still said probably, right? So if you have any other questions, definitely don't be afraid to put it in the chat. Myself or one of the other teammates that are already in here, we could definitely answer for you, okay? Because we would love to have you. We'd love to have you in the community so you can start your own journey, so you can be able to have this done for you system that you can earn while you learn inside this digital academy, right? So definitely let me know, put it in the chat here if you have questions that you'd like me to answer. All right. So the thing that really moved me about this, is the opportunity to give back, to do things like this, to help people understand, right? That you could have this system, you could have these digital platforms that will teach you a viable skill. Like I shared the other night in the Zoom, that people are paying $9,000 minimum for a marketing degree, and it goes all the way to $136,000 to do that marketing, right? To do digital marketing, to learn that skill, right? But instead of paying, let's take the minimum of $9,000, how about something that's less than $1,000? and you could come in and learn exactly what these people that are paying $9,000 and more know, if not more, because you have to understand about social media marketing and digital marketing that it's constantly changing space, right? And thankfully, in these digital learning platforms, we don't have to update that stuff, right? We don't have to update that stuff. We are the ones that actually are at the forefront of this, and the company will update the information, right? So you're not even responsible for that, because if you created your own, which you could go do, but that's 10 times more work because you got to upgrade that, right? You got to stay ahead of the game, right? So you got to be on top of your stuff. But if you come in and do this done for you, listen, when I tell you they give you everything, they give you everything, right? So what are your options? Let me see before we get into options here. Let's see. Andrea says, I don't hesitate. I mean Sunday or Monday. Haven't worked since 2005. I'm going to try to pronounce that word. Gastroparesis. Is that how you pronounce it? 3 strokes last March and came home. Wow. Listen. Okay, guys, I need to take a second. Wow. First off, thank you for sharing. I appreciate you being so vulnerable. She said, nailed it. I appreciate you being so vulnerable. Thank you for sharing that with us, right? Honestly, yes, and I am glad that you will not hesitate and you will be in the community by Sunday or Monday. That's great news. I'm so happy to hear that, right? And yes, you are a walking miracle. I mean, like, I can't even give God praise enough to hear that you came home from 3 strokes. Like, guys, so, and not to get down into that, but that's how my father died. Like, my father had a stroke. Like, he went to the doctor's office morning he was sick, right? So he left to go to the doctor's office, and he was already feeling sick, and he told the doctors, he was like, look, I'm not feeling well. I need to get somebody to be seen. And they told him, they said, look, we're about to have a meeting in a bit, so we can't see you today. We got to see you later on today, right? So this is like a 20-minute drive, right? He went to drive to the doctor's office or whatever it is. And he comes back. He makes it all the way back home. And he goes to park in front of his house. So my father backs into wherever he goes, right? So he backs in like he normally would. But when he went to straighten up, like when he went forward, he had the stroke. Like while the car was going forward and it was in gear, he had the stroke. And he hit the other neighbor's house because he had the stroke mid drive. Like, it wasn't fast, so it wasn't going at a rate of speed, but it was enough to not avoid hitting the neighbor's house. And my stepmom can't, like, it was only God. It was only by the grace of God, by the power of Jesus Christ. Like she came home and saw him in the front of the house. And for whatever reason, the car was locked and he was inside. But because he was having the stroke, he couldn't unlock the door to open it. And like, whenever I talk about this, I'm there and I see it. Like, I don't live in the same state with them. So I wasn't there. I couldn't get there. Nothing like that. Right. But every time I talk about this, I can literally see myself standing there and feeling her helplessness because she is screaming, trying to break the glass to get him out, right? and she's telling the neighbors, because the neighbors heard the crash and everything like that. And she is trying her endeavor best to get him out. And fire and rescue and all that stuff. They refused. The police got there first, and they refused to break the glass because of safety issues or whatever it is they said, right? I kind of try not to focus on what they could not have done, because it's not going to bring them back, right? It's really not. I mean, we could have taken all kinds of actions and stuff like that, but it's not going to bring them back, right? And so it was one of the hardest things for me to know that it was just one moment like that. And this is why I am such a strong believer in the power of God and his sovereignty, that he brought my father home. Yes, he got into the stroke in front of his house, and would later, the next couple days, 3 days after that, he went home to be with the Lord, but he brought my father home. Like, the route that he usually takes, lots of busy traffic, lots of highways and stuff like that. There are 1,000,001 things that could have happened to him that day, but he brought him home. And I will never, listen to me, I am devout in my belief in Jesus Christ before this happened. But if for whatever reason I was shaky, and for whatever reason I did not believe in the power of Jesus Christ and the power of God's sovereignty and his will for our lives, I would be cemented into my belief after that moment, because there's so many things that could have happened to my father. But God brought him home, right? So to hear your story, to hear that you survived 3 strokes last March, is testament to God's grace. Is testament to God's sovereignty. But it's also a testament to say that God's not done with you yet. God has something greater for you to do, right? God has a plan that he needs to be accomplished through you. And listen, it doesn't really matter to me that people in this world today don't like the name Jesus Christ. They don't support that. They don't, all these different things. I don't care. I don't care, because I would rather stand firm on the side of Jesus Christ and on the side of the Almighty God and have the world hate me than stand with the world and have God be angry with me. So that's where I am, right? But I'm saying to you, right, that God has a plan for you, right? But here's the thing that people say all the time, but they really don't really understand. They tell me, Nick, life is not about money. I agree. Life is not about money. But when you don't have money, it becomes everything you do. It becomes everything you see. It becomes every part of your life, where you go to work, where you live, what you eat, what you wear, what you say, where you send your kids to school. It becomes absolutely everything. And being broke, and I'm not just talking about not having money, I am talking about a mindset here, where you've gone that long without having money that you have begun to accept being without money and just getting by. Like, I could not stand that for the life of me. When you ask somebody how they are and they say just getting by, we need to get you to not just get by, but to live and to thrive. That is the purpose of what I do is to get people to believe and to see that they can be more, that they can do more, that the world should be better. The world should be better when you leave here than the day you were born. You ever wonder why there is no one else on the planet like you? Even though you might be a twin, but yet still that twin is different from you, right? You were born for a purpose, and God put something inside of you that for the life of you, you can't shake it. But you've wanted to do it, and you've settled. Wait, Danny, you're a twin? Oh, that's so cool. That's so cool. I just said that because the Holy Spirit put that in my heart, right? Listen, God puts you here for a purpose, right? Hi, Matthias. See, I'm a Christian. I'm a follower of Jesus Christ. I love the Lord. I'm unapologetic about my relationship with God. But I still stick to this. Salvation is free, but outreach cost. You want to feed the hungry. You want to help people. You want to help the homeless. It takes money. Excuse me. You want to build wells in Africa? You want to go help people right in your neighborhood, right outside your neighborhood that live in 10 cities, and you think about them every time it's scorching hot or freezing cold? It takes money. Money gives you choices, right? Danny said, no, I have twins. Okay, so you have twins. Must be the experience. Like, my kids get mistaken for twins every time we go out, but they're 21 months apart. So, yeah, it costs money. So what I am offering you the opportunity to do here is to earn more money and to earn while you learn. So when you take a look at this setup that we have here, this platform, these series of platforms that you choose where you start, you have a couple options, right? You could choose the starter, just $50. It gives you some training, some mentoring. It gives you some different ways to reach people and to learn how to reach people. But it gives you that first stream of income, $50. If you sell that, because you will get the resale rights to sell it, because once you bought it, you're in business, you're a CEO, so you own that, right? But there's also our elite, which is $150, right? $150. It gets you the 2 streams of income, which is the 50 and the 150. Plus, it gets you more training in marketing, it gets you more assets that you can use, right? The 300, which is our 6-figure blueprint, right? It's the ability. It literally gives you the ability to make 6 figures, because you have the 3 streams of income, the 50, the 150, and the 300. Right? So you can promote that because you have the resale rights to do that, right? Once you have mastered that, you can choose the 600. Or if you want to jump up there early, which is what I recommend, because getting the 600, which is our premium product, unlocks all 4 streams of income, all 4. So you get to promote the 50, the 150, the 300, and the 600. All together, if you sell all 4 products in the same day, that's up to $1,100 that you could make in one single day. That is the opportunity you have while you learn how to market, while you learn how to move people, while you learn how to do this properly, so you can have a business that you don't have to pay no monthly cost for. And that's another thing. No monthly cost, right? So we give you a done for you email autoresponder. We give you funnels, right? ClickFunnels, $100 and some. Why pay for that? You get absolutely free when you make your purchase, right? So you come in at what area fits you best. You select a package that fits your finances best, and you can always upgrade after you decide, okay, well, I've made a couple dollars and I want to upgrade. You can upgrade within 30 days, right? I usually don't recommend a package to people, but when I came in at the 300. So I unlocked most of the training, most of the mentoring, the community. Whatever level you purchase, you do get access to our community to get the support and things like that. But there are a lot more training, a lot more in-depth, a lot more meat and potatoes in there. But you also have the 600, which unlocks everything, right? So you get the done for you post that you can use to help promote this, so you can maximize on your streams of income. They have that pre-written for you that you can share on 69 different classified websites, right? So you can do that, again, earning while you learn the skill, right? So again, because we're telling you about learning about marketing and being able to get paid while you're doing it, right? Because you're able to take the 4 streams of income and offer it to those that also would be interested in learning the skill, right? So that's what you're able to do. The only other cost that you have, if you get the 50, the 150, or the 300, which is the 6-figure blueprint, the 300, you pay $39 for them to give you a custom built website. Like I said earlier in the live, that businesses usually get charged anywhere from $3,000 to $5,000 for a custom built website. They give you that for $39. If you do purchase the 600, however, because it has everything, because it has so much more information in it, they charge you $59 one time. So at very best, at the most expensive of these packages, you pay $659. Remember I told you it was less than $1,000? $659 one time, no monthly cost. And you get a skill that someone else in our community used to get himself a $10,000 a month raise. 120 grand. Was it worth it? I want you to decide, right? I want you to decide. So let's go to comments here. So let's see. Andrea said, I want to be able to get my medication at once because I'm taking meds and never took before. Yeah, I know all about that. Matthias says, my girls like one day being a year apart, one day year apart, and people thought they were twins also. Yeah, it happens a lot. Heather says, I love there are no monthly expenses and no tech. The thing that people love the most, right? There's no extra to pay, and you don't have to bother about how to set up funnels, how to manage SEO and all that kind of stuff. You don't have to do that. All that's already done for you. All is already set there that you don't have to worry about. Andrea said, that's what I'm going to do. I will have access to more training. Yep. So come in, because you know that coming in at the 600 sets you up for success, because it allows you to unlock everything and still have 4 ways to get paid, right? If you've read Rich Dad Poor Dad, he talks about going from employee to being an investor. One of the biggest things that investors have to be able to invest is multiple streams of income. This way you get multiple streams of income and you didn't have to go create anything, right? So this portion of it, I will give like another couple of minutes to answer any questions that you guys might have. So that is the idea here, because I want to answer some questions if you guys have any. If you guys don't have any, you can definitely get more information on my YouTube channel. If you have anything that you had in mind that you didn't get to ask or you thought about later after I got off the live, you can definitely do so. But Does anybody have any additional questions for me? Going once, going twice. I'm just playing. So, guys, let's see. I'm clueless because I have nothing to market. What do you mean you're clueless, though? Like, break it down for me. What do you mean when you say you're clueless? Matthias says, I went back and watched yesterday's Zoom, and you were on Nick loved it. So yes, I did actually watch it back myself. I think it was yesterday or the day before yesterday. I think yesterday I watched it back and I was like, wow, yeah. But I was kind of coming in hot there. So yeah. Andrea says, I don't have a clue what I'm doing. So okay, so Andrea, let me understand this. You said you haven't made a purchase yet, right? So you're gonna come in either this Sunday or this Monday, right? So and this, okay, so you said no, so you don't have it yet. Okay. So literally what we do is we spend 30 minutes, right, posting ads on either these the 69 classified websites that well, not necessarily classifieds, but websites that allow you to post about opportunity and stuff like that. We post that, or you go post on social media for 30 minutes, and then you spend an hour engaging on your chosen social media, whether it's TikTok, whether it's Facebook, whether it's Instagram, whatever it is, right? You're engaging for an hour, and then you'd spend 30 minutes responding to people. So whether it's responding to your comments, when people, you do your call to action, let's say type all in or type yes or whatever it is, you go back and you look and you see people that have responded to say they want more information. You respond to those people. You spend that 30 minutes doing that. And after you're done your 2 hours, you're off to your life, right? You're off to living your life, because that's the system that we perpetuate and that we promote, is a 2-hour workday, right? It's supposed to be able to give you more time, right? So that's what we try to do, is stick within that 2 hours. Myself, I still do my 2 hours, but I have other stuff in my business that I still do outside of that to create content, because, of all these different things that I have in the background and stuff like that, I still do that. That's why y'all always hear me say I've automated 75% of my business, because there's still things I physically need to do, right? I have been dreading the day I had to try to pronounce your name, but it's Cerbri. I cannot believe I just probably mainlined that. It reads, that's the most amazing part of it, Andrea. You don't have to have a clue. Each step is laid out for you. Pretty much. Inside our Daily Pay community, us, like Michelle, myself, Justin, Maria, Mathia, Heather, all of us, everybody in the group helps you out, and everything is laid out day to day. We're doing a 90-day business breakthrough, and we literally give you 10-minute videos, 10 to 15-minute videos, maybe some 20, that you can come in, you can watch, and then after you watch, you go implement. Michelle gives you content, right? She gives you ideas that you could do. And guys, I have literally been on Michelle's lives and gotten content for Faceless Post that actually got me sales, right? Not even in the 90-day videos are great. They're awesome. They always give me ideas. But some of the sales that I have made came from her lives. Like, she said something live, and I'm like, man, that's good. And I post that, and it worked. So, yeah. All right, couple more questions, guys. Couple more comments. Let's say Andrea says, any money would be more than I've ever brought in the past 18. Wow. So, yeah. So, Andrea, well, you know what? I know you somebody interested you into this, so this is not, I'm gonna put this out here on live. This is not an attempt to get anybody to come to me or whatever it is. I am just here to give you information, right? I have a live series I just did. It's on my YouTube. It's called The Science of Online Marketing. Go there, watch from episode 1 on how to season your profile, how to set up your profile for success. So when you do get started, right? When you do get started, you will be able to hit the ground running, right? And listen, I'll do you even better. Andrea, I will do you one better. I will give you a post that's been working for me. I'll give it to you. Right? I'll give you the screenshot. You put it into your own words, whatever it is. Put it's at my YouTube is at Mr. Millionaire Insight. That's my handle across social media. So if you hit me up on YouTube, or if you could do this, right? If you have Facebook, send me a message on Messenger and I will give you that post. I'm putting it out there so it's absolutely clear. I am just giving her information, just like I do in the community, right? I'm just giving her information. I'm giving her a post, right? Just like I give anybody else in the community. But what I want you to do with this, Andrea, is post that on your social media. Put it in your, copy, type it out and put it on your social media. And let me know how many people you get responding to that, right? Let me know how many people respond to it. I did it with a customer of mine. I just got in maybe a week ago, and she got 6 people when she actually decided to post it. Hey, Scott, what's going on? So I'm going to do that for you. Just to show you that this works, I'm going to do that for you, Andrea, right? Those of you in my community, it's already in the community, right? Let's see. Oh yeah. So again, it is at Mr. Millionaire Insight. Guys, and I can't believe I forgot this. I can't believe I did not do this within the last 10 minutes. If you want to sign up for this, if you want to sign up to start learning, go to my link tree that's in my TikTok profile. Go to the link tree, go to the first tab where it says get my blueprint, and get the blueprint. If you do that and you subscribe to my link tree, I will give you my affiliate marketing secrets for beginners ebook. I will give it to you absolutely free, right? All you have to do is subscribe to my link tree, right? And get your blueprint. Decide what level is best, right? Decide what package is best for you, whether it's the 50, the 150, the 300, or the 600. Decide what's best for you. Purchase and then subscribe to the link tree, and that affiliate marketing secrets for beginners ebook is yours. And you can start signing up for a couple of those companies that are listed in the book, and you will be getting to learn how to promote it, because I always offer that coming to the end of my lives. But then I tell people the kicker is you still got to learn how to promote it, right? Let's see. Hey, Beth, what's going on? Thank you for coming. We're just about to get off here. Andrea says I wrote it down. Great. I'm glad you did. Go ahead and I appreciate you coming in. I appreciate the comments. I appreciate everybody sharing. I appreciate all the engagement, things like that. I really, it means a lot to me that you guys engage in all that stuff whenever I go live. So guys, I do my best to go live every evening at 7 p.m. Eastern. I went a little late today because I had some issues with my family. My wife came home a little under the weather, so I took a little extra time to help her. I give her a little extra TLC because, she's doing a little not so good today. So I had to make sure that everything was set. So Forgive me for that. But guys, thank you again. Andrea says, by the way, it's the Southern way. And okay, I didn't understand the last part. And rare and red, like I didn't understand what's in the quotes. I'm sorry, but yeah. Thank you, Heather. Thank you. And oh yeah, she says and okay. All right, guys. I gotta go. I got another important series of events, so I gotta let you guys go. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your evening. If you haven't followed me already, please go ahead and follow me. I'm always dropping things to help people in marketing and help people succeed and help you make more money, help you save more money, help you learn to retire well, all these different things. Community, I got things I'm working on for you in the background here, and I will be talking to Michelle as soon as I can get her on a Zoom to help you guys out as well in some other areas in your life and in your business. So I'm always up for giving, right? So, and I love giving to y'all because y'all give so much to me. So before I go, and this is the whole reason why people say like I should be a pastor, because it's like I take 50 years to close, right? So you guys, after the last Zoom, those of you in my community, the last Zoom, I saw the chat on the late half because as soon as I got done talking, like I tell you guys, I get nervous every time and my heart is always in my throat. So after I got done speaking, what God put on my heart to say, like my pulse was pumping, I'm amped up and all that kind of stuff. And I didn't even realize the chat, guys. And when I went back, I literally had like 4 screenshots of support from you guys. Like, I was blown away. So I want to take the opportunity to say to all you guys that are in my community, all you guys that have been supportive, all you guys that leave comments, all you guys that encourage me and remind me why I do what it is I do, I want to say from the bottom of my heart, from the depths of my soul, thank you. All right? So you guys keep me going. Apart from Jesus himself giving me the strength to wake up every day, you guys keep me going. So thank you for that. All right? So have a great night, guys. And until next time, live life, love God. See you when I see you. Peace.